Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Barcelona, top of the La Liga table. Barcelona get the job done against Rayo Vallecano, and they get a 1-0 victory over them at home. And it was a very important 3 points. Barcelona did not play the greatest. We did not have the greatest showing of football. But the most important thing was that after Real Madrid, they dropped points, and after Atletico Madrid, they dropped points. Barcelona, they had to take advantage of that, and we'll get the 3 points and get the victory, and that's what we did. And when we look at the lineup that Hansi Flick, he did opt for in the match. Let me share my screen real quick just so you guys can see. But he started with, let me move this. He had Szczesny in goal, who has been, improving day by day, game by game. You had Hector Ford starting over Jose Koundé. Jose Koundé, he was late to a pre-game meeting. And so we know that Hansi Flick, he's very strict about tardiness and everything, and so he wasn't starting, and he did come on roughly in the 66th, 70th minute, around there. Pau Cubarsí, Inigo Martinez, and Balde also started in that back line. In the midfield, you had Pedri and Frenkie de Jong, and up top, you had Rafinha, Gavi, Lamine Yamal, and Lewandowski. That was the team that started. And overall, guys, as I said, it was a decent performance from Barcelona. It wasn't the greatest, but the most important thing was that we did get the 3 points. But NJ, welcome. Good to see you. Overall thoughts on the match. What did you make of the match as a whole?
You know, it wasn't the best of the game that we played, but and we just normally normal because it happens during the season. But as long as we get the win, we're good. To be honest, like we don't, it's not we can't play beautiful football every time. There'll be times where we have to play like this kind of games for us to win the Liga. Simple as that. You know,
Precisely. Precisely. I like how you mentioned that, not every single game, guys, is going to be a 4-0, a 5-0 victory in which Barcelona are just absolutely superior and dominant over the other team. I do feel that Barcelona, they had control over the majority of the half,
yes,
but,
yes.
there were times where Barcelona, we weren't just able to, put our chances away. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say we weren't as clinical as in other games. And, Rayo Vallecano, they played a very, very good game. And when you look at them, and their
Yeah, but they're
form and
good, bro.
they are, when you look at their last
Yeah.
couple of games, they've been really well. They're sixth in the table at the moment, and they're fighting for European spots. And, Rayo Vallecano, credit to them because they played a really good game of football. They weren't, defending deep like Getafe
Yeah.
or these guys with like a back of 5, a back of 6. No, these guys try to go toe to toe with Barcelona. And a mistake from one of their players, a mistake from defender, it cost them the match, and Barcelona, they took advantage via a penalty. Now, NJ, do you think that the Inigo Martinez foul was a penalty? Let me show you
Yeah.
the image.
It
That
was because you know
way,
why? Because when you see the picture, it shows you like he holds the guy, he holds and he got like for too long. Like he actually grabbed him, like you know what I mean,
mm-hmm,
like a good grip on it.
yeah,
Then they released him after.
yeah. I think this is the best image right here that shows it right here, in which the defender, I believe
Yeah,
it is.
there, right, just right there. That picture, that's the one yeah, that one, yeah, that one. It's the best picture of it. That you see.
Let me see.
He was
I
holding an eagle.
I think it's Cis, the
Yeah,
Senegalese DM
yeah,
who
yeah.
started. He was the one who was holding Inigo, and obviously, for example, you can't just be grabbing a player like that and just holding them, because Inigo Martinez is actually making an effort, to make a run inside the box, and that's a foul,
Yeah,
and
it is.
he falls. Clear penalty. Lewandowski, he takes it. He dispatches it. Very good penalty. And Barcelona, they get the goal. They get the goal,
Yeah.
and that was basically much it. Barcelona, they did create other chances, such as this Lamine Yamal chance right here, which he shoots it near post. Goalkeeper makes a save. You had this chance from Rafinha. And, NJ, if Rafinha, he generally should have had a hat trick tonight.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the amount
Yeah.
of chances that he had.
Yeah, exactly. Like the one with from the Pedri pass and the one with what do you call it, from the Baldy pass. He should have at least a brace at least.
Yeah. The ball they pass, let me see. It's this one right here. Rafinha, shot across the goal, goes out. Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
right there. You also had this one, which I just showed. This was the pass from Pedri. And
Yeah.
then towards the end of the second half, he had this fantastic opportunity to make it 2-0. And Rafinha, just a little bit of a heavy touch, just
Yeah.
puts it
Yeah.
over
That
the
almost pass
goalkeeper.
was crazy, bro, for that, yo. It was so
Yes.
smooth.
Yeah.
It was so smooth. Okay, yeah.
And when Daniel he did come on, he created magic. This
Yo,
turn right here,
yeah, bro. That was
mwah.
crazy, bro. I think he was so fast at it too, but yeah, I mean, the ball was too fast, so it is what it is. But, bro, yo, this is a freaking ninja, bro. He's so good at it.
Yeah. Yeah. The turns that he was able to make
Yeah.
were really, really good. And other than that, other than Barcelona, creating those chances, nothing really much happened. Rayo Vallecano, they were knocking on the door. They had
Mhm.
a goal disallowed, and I would say rightfully
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
There was this offside call right here, which they do score, but the Rayo Vallecano striker, Enteca,
Oh, okay, okay.
he
That makes
blocks
sense.
Inigo Martinez right here, and he isn't able to come across. And the referee and VAR views it as, I would say, what's the word again? I'm blanking right now. Well,
Mm-mm.
he blocks the
Prevent
ease of
him, prevent
access.
the guy.
Yeah, like prevention from Inigo Martinez to actually
Yeah,
get the block,
that
because
certain
if you
action, yeah,
mhm,
something like
make it
that.
because if you look at the ball, Inigo Martinez, he's just like a second late
Yeah,
to the block, and that's why it
yeah,
was
but
ruled
yo,
offside.
but I can't lie though. The goal that he scored, the off goal was actually a good goal, to be honest. You look at it,
Yeah,
it was actually a good goal. But fair enough,
absolutely.
it's offside, so it is what it is.
Uh-huh. Hello, sir. We are back in La Liga. You will give me credit. Please reply. Visca Barça. Absolutely. Barcelona, they get the victory, which is the most important thing.
Yes.
We get the job done. And, they also, this chance right here. I have no idea how Rayo Vallecano did not score this.
Mm. Oh, that one, yeah, yo, yeah, that one. Oh my gosh, with the header, I thought it was in, bro. I thought it was in. I'm like, oh shoot,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
can't
this
really
was like
blame.
towards the end of the match.
Yeah, no, I can't really blame Tech for that though, because he's too high for him though.
No, no,
But
no.
I think it was, yeah.
No, it's more of the timing of that high line. I think Inigo
Mm-hmm.
Martinez and I think Eric Garcia, they do get caught with that high line.
Yeah,
And thankfully, there wasn't a ground driven pass and it was,
yeah,
a cross. Because if that was the case, I generally do think it's 1-1 right here. But Barcelona do a very good job of, I would say, just controlling the game
mm-hmm.
and just closing it out, maintaining rhythm and just end it. And the most important thing, as we've said, is that Barcelona, they get the 3 points, top of
Yes.
the La Liga table, and we're ahead over Real Madrid via goal difference. But NJ, who do you think was the MVP of the night? Who do you give that to?
Inigo Martinez, it has to be him
Inigo
because the amount
Martinez.
of saving the blocks and save the headers that he get the ball out. Yo, he was the actual like the best player. Yeah, I know that Pedri was doing good, but I get it. When you look at it, though, Inigo was there at the most crucial time when you need him. He was there
Okay,
to stop
okay.
the goal.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think Inigo Martinez, and who has right now surpassed Ronald Araujo in the center back hierarchy. I would say that the starting center back partnership is
Yeah,
Inigo Martinez and Pau Cubarsí, and it's up to the other center backs
yeah,
to work hard and to get to the level in order to surpass both of them. But
yeah.
you know,
Not
he
gonna
he
lie
played.
though, not gonna lie though. Eric Garcia came in first pass. Yo, I'm like, yo, what? Did you see that? Did you see the first pass that Eric Garcia did when he came on? Like to like, Lamine Yamal.
To Lamine Yamal. No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah. But so basically, Eric Garcia was in the back, right? He did a long range pass to Lamine Yamal, bro. I'm like, yo,
Let me see if I can find that specific
yeah,
action right there.
yo. Not gonna lie though,
Um,
ever since Eric Garcia been in form, yo, he's been a solid squad player for us, man. He's been doing his job, though. But
he's
fair
been very,
enough,
very solid.
he's
He's been
fair
very
enough then,
solid.
bro. That's the reason. That's the reason why Xavi and Hansi Flick say he's a good squad player for to have because he can do his job properly if he's in the right system, in which it showed. You know.
Oh man, but I would I'm in agreement with you that Inigo Martinez, he was absolutely fantastic, and you could make a very solid shout for him to be the man of the match. I just think that Pedri, he was on another level
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah,
genuinely.
yeah. Obviously, yeah, Pedri, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
when you look at it, the reason why, because again, I don't blame Pedri for it, but because of what Rafinha did, stuff like that. Then,
Mm-hmm.
but again, we couldn't do anything about it because Pedri did his job, but
Okay. Okay.
if Rafinha did score that goal, then yeah, he would have been the man of the match for me.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he put something wrong in the team. No, he was amazing.
Mm. Why didn't Kunde start? Is it true because he was late? Yes, yes. So Jules Kunde
That's
did
fair
not
enough.
start because he was late to the pregame talk, and that's completely understandable. Hansi
Yeah,
Flick very
come on,
strict
bro.
about that.
Come on, bro.
Professional standards, guys.
Come on,
But
Elias. So, Elias, we know this, Elias.
yes,
If,
exactly.
if you work in a big company, if you're late, you're gonna get in trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, you have that good I mean work stuff with people, but if you're late, you don't get it, or not in a bad way, more like like explaining, you're late, you're not gonna do this,
Yeah,
you're not gonna be
exactly.
on the lead project for this game or this project, and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
normal.
precisely.
It's normal for people.
100%. But what's up, 87? Good to see you, man. How are you? Thoughts about the match as a whole? What did you make of Barcelona's performance against Rayo tonight?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on here, so it's good.
Yes, yes. Good to see you, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I've been good. So yeah, I mean, Barca, we got the win today. It was a difficult win, a bit of a kind of a stressful game, honestly, towards the end because I was like thinking, how many chances we're gonna spurn away? Rayo almost got the equalizer there. I remember when they had that chance. I think it was 91st minute. They had that chance that hit like that went wide. I was like, yeah, this chance right
Yeah,
there. I was like, oh,
yeah.
jeez.
It was his chance.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a good win for Barca. We honestly should have won this game on bigger margin, but it's just one of those
Yeah.
things where our finishing just not there. And the thing is, just like I think if we play this game another time in the season, we probably win this game with bigger margin. It's just that today
Oh
was
yeah,
just off day.
100%. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
we got
But
the win.
again,
We got the win. That was
yeah,
important.
yeah, but
Yeah, and
eh,
Lewandowski scored the penalty.
yeah. At the end of the day, this kind of games will win us the Liga, anyways. When it
Yeah,
matters the
that is
most.
true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's
100%.
hard. It's hard to get like big margin wins every single time. You're gonna have to have
Yeah.
the games where
Yeah.
just get the job done. So yeah,
100%.
good win, and
100%.
yeah, and
And
I'm
I would say,
I'm still
we
confused.
move.
Yeah, I'm still. Can you guys explain me the Rayo goal because I was so confused. I don't understand
Which
the
one?
whole thing that happened there.
Uh,
Like
the
the
Rayo
goal
goal.
that Rayo scored and it was
Yeah.
like disallowed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Elias.
So it was this action right here. So the Raja player who scores, the thing is he's onside. He's onside. But the player who is not onside is Enteka, which is their striker. And the reason why they disallowed the goal, because at first I was thinking, oh, like that's not that's not offside. That goal should count. But it's because Enteka, like, he blocks Inigo Martinez, and he basically puts a stop to him and
Yeah,
impedes
he didn't
in the
give it a
play.
chance.
He didn't give a chance. He affects basically the play, because if Inteka just stands there and just lets Inigo get by him, then it wouldn't be ruled offside. But because he makes a little
Yeah.
dummy
But
into Inigo
Elias,
Martinez, yeah,
yeah, even if he stands there, I think he still improves the play because in last season, he also got the goal disallowed like this when
yeah,
Farhan didn't even try to reach the ball.
precisely,
Yeah,
and
basically,
that's
yeah.
and that's the reason why it was disallowed, because Inteka doesn't allow Inigo Martinez and basically impedes, like,
Allowance,
yeah,
space.
and impedes the space. That's why it was disallowed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
basically.
bit complicated.
Yeah.
A
Kind of
different
goofy.
referee, they could view as like saying, hey, like, he
Yes.
doesn't
Yeah.
interfere with play, and it stood. But at the end of the day, Barcelona, and I would say rightfully so, they get the goal disallowed,
Yeah,
and it's
clean
one
sheet. Yeah,
0
we're good, bro. We move to
Mm-hmm.
the next game. To be honest, this year. Talk about
Mm-hmm.
Gavi 10, bro.
Yeah, I did want to talk about that. I saw that, but I want to talk about these comments first. And it said La Liga is more competitive this year. Not always going to win with blowouts. Glad we got the win in the end. Absolutely, 3 points, the most important thing. And that was the goal tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Barcelona, even though we didn't play particularly well, there are going to be games where Barcelona
Uh,
have played, and they are going to be played. They're going to say, "Wow, free attacking
it's
football.
just
We're
Yeah, for
showing
that
sure.
three, four, five." But
yeah,
you know,
it's just that every time we don't finish our chances, I get scared the entirety of the match that we can concede anywhere. because
Mm-hmm.
as we said it at the halftime, Rayo Vallecano almost scored the equalizer in the 19th minute. That header from I don't know which player, but they could have
Yeah.
got the equalizer and then we would have dropped points. So you need
Uh-huh.
to score more than one goal if you play with this highlight.
Mm-hmm. But now moving on, guys, I want to talk about this comment right here from Van Lee. It says, "Is the Gavi at number 10 experiment over? Olmo was much more dangerous." Shane says, "Gavi has to get benched to 100."
Back to
No,
Get
100.
no,
back
no,
to
no.
100%.
No, okay, yeah. Get back to 100. He is a sub at the moment. Okay, so NJ, I'll go to you first. Well, how do you
Okay.
think Hansi Flick should handle this whole Gavi situation? Do you think that Gavi should be starting?
Okay. So here's the thing, though. When I looked at the match against Rayo Vallecano, it made sense that he started Gavi in that game because of the pressing and stuff. But because back then, when I was watching Gavi like early when Gavi was started, like I didn't understand the hate, but the other fans. But the more I watched this guy, it made sense why they don't really rate Gavi that much. Because with Gavi, when he plays, yes, he has the basics, but sometimes this guy doesn't think. Sometimes when he plays, he allows passion to like take over on his mind. That's why he makes a lot of mistakes, man. Like, don't get me wrong, he brings a lot of value, but like I understand some Barca fans love him, but again, if you're real to yourself, you know that this guy is not really like this D midfielder. He's like a sub, but sub midfielder for the team, like a super sub midfielder. To be honest, when you look at real, if you're being real, because again, when you compare Fermin and Gavi, Fermin is more like more talent because he has the nature of it. But with Gavi, he's more of like a
Hmm.
warrior type of a midfielder. Like that's why I get it why now people like don't really like Gavi because of how he plays. Because of he doesn't really use his brain sometimes when he plays. He uses his passion too much.
Okay, okay. But in regards to Gavi, do you think that his best position is at the 10? Because I don't think so. I
No,
think
no, no, no.
under.
He's not a 10. He's like in the double pivot to just like break the plays. That's it. That's the only role that he's good at. To be honest, he's not a 10 because he can't create, bro. You see it many times. When he creates, he barely does it though.
Okay, okay. 87, what do you think about Gavi in the number 10? Because I genuinely think, for example, I think the best position for Gavi under Hansi Flick would be in the pivot. And as much as, for example, Gavi, he's hasn't been at that very, very best that we know that he can be, I genuinely think that he can offer a bigger level than he is showing at the moment. I just don't think that he's been being utilized the best under Hansi Flick. And obviously, Danny Olmo, I do think that he should be the starter in the number 10 position. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I fully agree. And I think another thing is we have to consider is that Fermin Lopez was suspended. I think maybe if it was suspended, Fermin Lopez probably would have started. Um, and yeah, just the problem is that we just don't have like a stable number 10 because Danny Olmo, as good as he is, he's injury prone. That's the
Yeah,
problem. So like,
that's given already.
yeah, so it's a bit of a problem then. And then Fermin Lopez, I feel like I mean, what do you guys think Fermin's best position is?
10. He's a 10. He's more like a Jude Bellingham type of player where he like attacks the box more than
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think 10 is good, and I think for Gavi, he's probably the best as a pivot. And I mean,
yeah.
the thing is, like Frankie Young's actually been kind of better recently. So,
He has.
has
He
do you think?
has.
Yeah. So now it's a big dilemma. Who's going to start? Because obviously Pedri will start. Now it's a question of do you start De Jong or do you start Gavi? Because I think one of the two is going to start. You can't start
Yeah.
both, obviously, because Pedri's already starting. So, I mean, who would you guys prefer at this current moment to be a starter of the
Mm,
It
two?
depends. It depends on the thing that we face though. Like if it's like a hard, like a Rayo or like a hard team to beat, then you have to start Gavi for extra help, uh, for defense. But if you think that team's like easy to beat, then you bring De Jong with Pedri to make easy passes to low
okay.
block and stuff.
I agree with you, NJ. And today it wasn't the best game for Frankie Young. If we're being honest, he didn't play at the at the level that he's shown in the previous levels. Out of the midfield three, I only think that Pedri performed well. But I think it's going to be a matter of, as you said, who we're facing up against,
Yeah,
and
it just depends.
it's it's going to be between Gavi, Frankie Young, even Marcasado, for example. I think those are going to be the options in that base of the midfield alongside Pedri. And I think Hansi Flick right now is just trying to get a consistent, I would say, run of games for Danny Olmo, not just throw him back in and just say, hey,
Yeah.
started played 60 minutes and everything. Because he is
Yes.
very injury prone. And if we're being honest, I think he's the number one option in that number 10.
Yeah.
But,
100%.
looking to the future, what does Hansi Flick do, for example? Because you're going to have a lot of competition for that midfield spot. And it's like, okay, so who would you start in that base of midfield?
Yeah, the
Uh,
problem is that as we are playing with number 10, we can only play two midfielders in the midfield. Because
Okay.
of that, I think it is hampering Gavi because he cannot play. He hasn't has that composure of a number 10, but he can play as a 6 or a 8. But as we are playing only two players in the midfield, there is not space for him. So maybe if we can play in a 4-3-3 in the future, then I can see Gavi playing in that midfield. But otherwise, there is no space. Pedri is undroppable. He is giving everything week in week out, and there is Frenkie De Jong and Casado for the other position.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Fermin and Olmo as a number 10. So Gavi is the odd man out. So even if
Okay.
I don't think he's just a bench player or passion merchant like other people said. I think he has a lot of talent and he can provide much more what going forward and defensively also. But it's just that he doesn't have a position in this team because we are playing with two midfielders only.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there. The best Xavi, I mean, the best Gavi that we've seen was under Xavi, and his opening seasons, and as well, the style of play was also very different. Xavi didn't play with a double pivot; he played with three midfielders in a single pivot, and so. And also at the time, Gavi was at times used out on the left wing, having to drop in the middle. But we're just gonna have to see how Hansi Flick utilizes Gavi. I still think that he offers a lot.
Yeah,
And
You make a lot for sure, but again, when you look at him truly, like he's more like at best of a super sub, to be honest. When you look at, because again, if
okay.
we have Bernal, Casado, Gavi, who do you start the most? Like when they're all
Mm,
healthy, when they're
To
all
be
healthy.
honest, my if we play 4-3-3 in the future, my ideal midfield would be in the future Mark Bernal, Gavi, and Pedri.
no.
Nah, nah, that's too we're lacking creativity too much though, because again, yeah, it has to be Dani Olmo, Pedri, and
I mean,
and
look at this game. Who created other than Pedri in the midfield? He was the only creator, right?
oh, Pedri.
So I don't think. Yeah, I mean, in this game, as you said na, that we are lacking creativity in that midfield. Pedri is the only out and out creator in the midfield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Frankie
that's
De
why.
Jong doesn't create. Casado doesn't create much.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. I say yeah. Bernal, Casado. I mean Bernal, Pedri, Daniel Mo are the three best midfielders that we have
Okay.
when everybody's healthy, when
Okay.
they're all healthy.
But you guys, now moving on, I want to talk about this comment. Are we all okay with Uncle Tech in goal, or is it just me? Now, I'm gonna give you my opinion first. I think that Chesney, game by game, he's been improving, and this is to be expected. Chesney, he's been out of action for a very long time, coming out of retirement. Those couple of games for Chesney, they were shaky, but you know, as I said, I think that was just a matter of fact of saying, hey, your timing, your competitive rhythm is not there. As soon as that gets back into the fore, you're going to see a much improved Chesney. And you're seeing Chesney right now, being better and better and better. But 87,
I
I haven't
I am
asked you
going to tell
this.
you, one thing about Chesney that he will be only thing he will be bad at is just that when he has to run and claim those balls when other team plays over the top and he has to run and run outside the box to clear the ball. That's the only thing he will look bad at. Otherwise, he is good.
Okay. Okay. 87, what do you make of this whole Iñaki Pena slash Chesney debate? Because, there's some people who say, hey, Pena should be the starting goalkeeper. He's done nothing wrong. Why are you benching him? And there are people who saying, hey, just Chesney, he's just better. Well, what do you make of the
yeah. Yeah, I remember at first when. Let me just cycle back from the beginning when Chesney was first signed. When Chesney was first signed, I was like, okay, he's probably gonna be the starter now. We just signed him, so well, actually, no, we didn't sign him, but we got him out of retirement. But I guess same difference, right? And I was like, okay, Chesney will be starter, and then Pena was a starter, which surprised me. I was like, then what was the point of getting Chesney then, if he was gonna be the starter? So then Pena had a good run to spell. I remember that Clasico, especially that 4-0 one. People tend to forget, like, he was actually pretty good in that game. Made some big saves on Mbappe in particular. And yeah, and then near 2024, he was generally good. And then I think the new year comes around, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think this is when Chesney started ahead of Pena, is the new year. Because I think before this year, I don't think
Yeah,
Chesney started before
yeah, and the Super
2025.
Cup. I mean the Couple de
Yeah.
Rey in the Super Cup.
Yeah. So basically those, and then since then, Chesney's been pretty good. And I think I read a stat out there that we haven't lost a game with Chesney in goal.
No,
So
We won every single game with Chesney in goal.
yes, so yeah, it's interesting. Let's put it this way. Uh it's a tough one because I really do like I really feel like Pena's been kind of hard done by, but at the same time, Chesney's been good, and I think he's been improving game in game in, as you guys have been saying. Because at first, like when he first started, I remember that Champions League game against Benfica. He was rusty. He made those bad mistakes. But I think as the game went on, he started to improve, and I think Chesney I think he's a better keeper. I think his shot stop has been good. I remember this game, Rayo had some few chances and he made some big saves, and so he's a more experienced goalkeeper than Pena. I think Pena is better as a backup, and I am kind of concerned over the long term though because obviously I don't think Chesney will stay next season.
no,
So
nothing. He will stay though.
and
Apparently,
wait, really?
yeah. They're like willing to give him another year.
Okay, well I didn't know that. So,
Yeah,
but we'll still need to see what happens in the future. But yeah, I mean Chesney,
yeah.
I'm happy with him for now, and until he makes until he gets like a makes a really bad game or has a bad run of form or gets injured or something, then Pena will probably be backup.
Okay. Okay. I agree with everything there. I just think that, the debate, I feel bad for Pena, but that's the game. At the professional level of football, it is what it is. But the final, thing that I do want to discuss is this question from Manly. Just quickly, who do you guys prefer, Benfica or PSG in the Champions League? NJ.
Yeah, I'll say Benfica again because because it's not because it's easier. It's more of like because we made so much mistake that I want to like fix it up again. Like fix the mistake that we did.
Okay.
To like come back and and tell them you know what the Barcelona that you guys faced before it's not the Barcelona now.
Okay.
Mm.
87. Who would you rather face? Would you rather face Benfica or would you rather face Benfica? I mean, PSG.
Yeah, it's interesting because both these teams have eliminated us from the Champions League the last few couple of seasons. This is a tough one because at the beginning of the season I would have probably said PSG, but PSG have been better now, and I think they are probably better than last season.
Yeah,
And Dembele's
but they're
looking
playing
really
really
good.
good this season. They're playing good
Yeah,
this season.
Dembele's looking really good.
Yeah.
So PSG is a bit of a gamble, but at the same time, though, I really want to get revenge against PSG because
Yes.
we haven't knocked PSG out in the Champions League for quite some time. 'Cause I think the
Yeah.
last two times we played against them, they knocked us out. So it would be nice to get revenge on them because obviously we Benfica, we should be able to beat them, but we don't have anything personal against Benfica.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think there's any hatred towards. So like PSG really want to make a statement, and it's a tough one for me because honestly, because I do like a chance more against Benfica, but at the same time we have to
Yes.
play against big teams.
Yeah.
So we have to get them out eventually. So I would take PSG. I still would, even though I prefer Benfica, I still feel like we may get complacent in the latter stages. So I'd rather get a big
Exactly.
team now than get it later on.
I mean,
Okay.
Benfica's a big team as well.
I say Benfica just because I've seen PSG Barca too many times.
Yeah.
I want something new, for
Yeah.
example.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the only reason as
Um,
well. Yeah.
But I completely agree. For example, Barcelona, they should be looking to play these big teams because you want to have that test. You want to have that trial and just say, hey, if you're going to win the Champions League, you're going to have to face the big teams regardless. But,
Yeah.
that's something that we're going to be discussing in future episodes as well. We're going to have to see how, everything progresses. What happens if Brest has a miraculous comeback, against PSG, which
Yeah.
most likely not going to happen. But,
Yeah. But
you know.
yeah. That's the beauty of of the Champions League now. You know, it's so different compared to like the past.
Richard says easily PSG chance to get revenge against PSG and knock out Dembele. That would be that would be nice. That would be nice. But guys, Fati was in the squad. I mean, no difference.
Yeah, no difference. Anyways, yeah, it's part of the game. You know, it's part of the business. You know,
I
if you
think
don't
he,
contribute, you're not gonna
I
play.
think
Simple.
he was
You're
in
not
the
gonna.
squad just because Firming wasn't available.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's probably true. That's probably true.
yeah. Like when you look at it, you know, like he doesn't really bring value. Because why would you like play him? Like he knows that. And he just again for a company, you know, why would you give someone it's like someone you know a small project if you can't even like deliver, right? So
No.
simple as
Yeah,
that.
he's not in Hansi Flick's plans, and so he's not going to be playing. And we've said this in the January transfer window.
We
Ansu
should have sold
Fati.
him.
No, I mean he didn't want to leave. That's the thing. Barcelona they were open to him leaving. Just he didn't want to go. He wanted to stay. So
Not even a loan deal. He wanted to go. Like that's just
no, nothing. He had offers from abroad. Ajax came in. Turkish clubs came in. You know he had offers,
He
but
could have played for Ajax, man. Just
he
to
wanted
regain
he
that
wanted to
play
stay.
style.
He wanted to
He's,
stay.
Yeah,
he's such an idiot for
that's
not going to
stupid, bro.
Ajax, man.
So
yeah, it's just sad. He's running
Yeah.
his career.
It is what it is, you know. Again, we're not saying that it's bad. It's just that he needs game time to regain his form. Because again, he had choices to go to like Ajax and Brighton back then, but he chose Brighton even though his play style doesn't suit him. He was such an idiot to go to Brighton for that. And look at where he's at now. He's struggling to game time.
No, precisely. The best move for Ansu Fati right now is to leave the club, go for somewhere that you can play, football, and just feel like a footballer.
Send him
Again.
like a two-year loan deal
Go,
at
he
least.
could just
Like
go
a
to Real
weekend.
Betis and link up with Anthony and Victor Roque
Exactly.
and Abde.
Nah, nothing. He can't go to Real Betis. He's not a real. He hates Real Betis though. He's a Sevilla fan though.
Yeah.
But
So
again, Anthony's playing good, bro. Like,
he is. He is.
yeah,
He's actually.
because he's playing sus La Liga though. That's the thing though.
Yeah, he's been absolutely cooking. But guys, that was it for the match reaction. Barcelona top of the La Liga table, most important thing. And tomorrow we're gonna be showing you guys some more news, some more details about the match and everything. But NJ87 and Seka, thank you guys all for tuning in. Episode this week, most likely Thursday, in which we talk about some other Barcelona news. But as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, boys.